We say good morning to Dylan.
Good morning. That was awesome. We were supposed to get our Christmas tree tomorrow morning, but now it's like all bets are off. We're home watching the game, I think, like everyone else. The weather across the country, mostly quiet for today. So let's take a look at what's going on back through the eastern Rockies. This is the next storm system that's actually going to make for a pretty nasty day up and down the East Coast over the weekend on Saturday. But look at where this front is headed. As we go into tonight, we'll see some snow showers across Minneapolis. On the backside, it's very windy with this storm. So as this moves eastward, we're going to get some moisture from down south, and I'd say by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, most of the East Coast will be dealing with a lot of that rain, but then it's also a quick mover. It's going to exit by the time we get into Saturday evening, and then it's just windy on the back side of it. So it's not looking like a flooding situation because the rain doesn't last that long. It's just not a pretty day. But again, wind advisories, high wind warnings in effect on the backside of this storm, where we could see 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts, even up across the higher elevations. We could see gusts as high as 60 to 70 miles per hour. That's a look at the weather across the country. We'll get to your local forecast in the next 30 seconds.
The 2 weekend days.
It is forecast.
All right, thank you, Dylan. Well, just ahead, it is the start of a big day.
Coming up, we're going to mark a milestone, 30 years since the very first text message.
How it changed the way we communicate after your local news.
All 6 of your kids. Have you gotten them all there?
Well, Rusty's a little too small to send in any kind of like Christmas wish list, but
Okay.
the other two, you know,
We're getting there.
They flipped through, they picked out all their toys, everything they want. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look at the warmer temperatures because it is not going to feel like Christmas time down in Kansas City. 64 degrees, Dodge City, 73 degrees today. That warmer air is going to move east. Look at this, up and down the East Coast, 50s and 60s on Saturday. It does come with some rain, though, and it's because of that cold front that's also moving eastward. And back behind that front, way different temperatures. Rapid City, 27 for a high on Tuesday. Minneapolis, St. Paul, 20 degrees for a high temperature Tuesday. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window. And that's your latest forecast.
All right, Dylan, thank you for that. Next, new controversy surrounding...
We're excited because Carson Daly's back in Studio 1A this morning, but right now we do want to turn to those new controversies surrounding rapper Kanye West.
Yeah, NBC's Steve Patterson is in Los Angeles with that story. Steve, good morning.
Tom, guys, back to you.
All right, Steve Patterson for us there in Los Angeles. Steve, thank you. Just ahead, we're going to take a bit of a turn. We're going to talk about a brand new show.
There with the weather, apparently.
Hey, good morning, guys. You know what I love about this time of year? That Christmas tree brings people all the way around the plaza this morning. We've got a huge crowd out here, and we have a fan of Chanel here just for you. What's your name?
Spivey.
Do you want Chanel to come out and say hello?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get her out here real soon, okay? Awesome. We can make some things happen around here. Let's take a look at what's going on across the... And that's your latest forecast. Back to you guys.
All right, somebody...
Like a melted
let's
flow.
try it. Have you guys ever done this?
Craig, why did you take the
Never
one
in
that
my
actually
life.
looks...
Till right now, it looks terrible.
Why does
Look,
this
Craig's picked the
so
clear one.
He's got like
separated?
eggnog and bourbon in his probably.
Cheers.
All right, here we go.
Cheers.
Pill.
It's like stomachache.
I mean, it tastes
I
like...
don't know. Tastes
I
like
mean, you think about like a
float.
ice cream
Yeah,
float.
yeah.
It does have the root beer float.
Do you like
with
it?
The dairy. I don't mind it, but it seems fundamentally wrong. Like,
I think it has to be
like pineapple on
stirred.
pizza.
The texture,
I don't even know
like
what's
I'm doing
in
something
mine.
wrong.
the texture of this is bizarre. Like
Well,
Craig's
for me, the challenge is like the
It's not terrible, though. It's not terrible.
a little bit.
But as
I like
my grandma would say,
Yeah.
y'all doing too much. Keep the Pepsi and milk
All
separate.
right, well, thank you for the pilk. Straight ahead,
Right.
Chassis Post is revealing our Shop Today Holiday Hot List, the ultimate gift guide for every member of your family, including your pets. And a little karaoke, too? But first, your local news.
Why does yours so
I think this one got
You
stirred.
have to stir it.
But yours almost looks like...
right? I love it. Well, going back to that toy drive, you know, you can get involved wherever you live. You don't have to be here on the plaza. You can simply scan that QR code or head to today.com for details. And in the third hour, we are going to chat with Ellie about her holiday hosting duties on, I mean, my favorite, The Great American Baking Show.
It's a silent show, right? By the way, what about this crowd?
Great crowd.
I
Filled with Raiders fans.
mean, this is... You saw some Raiders
Saw
fans?
some Raiders fans.
By the way, what in the world is drunken axe hole? What is drunken
Watch
axe
your mouth,
hole?
Craig.
A good Friday morning to you. Welcome to this third hour of today. Chanel Jones, Dylan Dreyer, Craig Melvin here. This is going to be a fun Friday morning, too, by the way, because this time tomorrow, we're going to all be glued to our television sets, or whatever screen you watch, because we're going to be cheering on the U.S. men's soccer team.
So you can say USA.
USA! Yes! I like what you did there, D. In case you hadn't heard, Team USA taking on the Netherlands in a knockout. I spent some time with Team USA star Tim Weah who also scored. In fact, they're the only two who've scored so far in the tournament. He told us the team is ready to go. Royalty in the house. So for folks who don't follow the sport as closely as you have to, Team USA world ranking, I believe we're 16th. The Netherlands is 8th. We're second in our group. They're first in theirs. So we would seem to be the underdogs on paper, right?
Yeah.
What do we have to do?
When you guys talked to Tim Weah this morning, he seems to think Pulisic's going to play tomorrow. Where do you think we stand on that?
There's no assumption.
Several times. Let me get the number right in the past with this tournament. You hold the records for most saves, 16. That's insane during a World Cup game. So you know what it feels like, the pressure, the nerves. What's going through their minds? What do you think, especially game time?
That really is it's one of their hallmarks. I mean, I think the captain's like 23 years old, if I'm not mistaken. You know, again, for folks who don't follow it closely, we saw the ties last round. No ties this time, right?
Correct.
Like someone has to win.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if it's still...
Wait, when you say that, will they play until there is a score?
Yes.
Okay.
Extra.
And they're watching the game at school. Luckily tomorrow it's a weekend, so everybody's going to be home. But it's been so fun to see the kids get so excited and rally behind the team.
Oh, it's a brilliant sport, and so many.
Thank
Thank
you
you so much for being here. And you can catch coverage of USA versus...
Turning now to the royal visit that's become really more complicated than expected. The Prince and Princess of Wales.
Diplomacy.
Guess we'll have to see.
Yes, we will.
All right, Keir Simmons, thank you, Keir.
Coming up, holiday scams on the rise, folks, and they are getting tougher to spot. How to lock down your information when you shop online. And have you heard by her own family? Miss Rachel's going to hang out with us when the third hour of today comes right back.
Season for online shopping, and this year's scammers are getting more creative, coming up with new ways to steal your identity and your money. So in today's Consumer Confidential, we are going to help tighten up our security online. So we've called on cybersecurity expert and CEO of Fortalece Solutions, Teresa Payton. Welcome. Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so I'm one of the billions, I'm sure, shopping online this year. How many folks are actually doing their shopping online, and what are the scams to watch out for?
Yeah, it's amazing to see Black Friday, over $9 billion were spent in America alone online. And Cyber Monday beat out Black Friday by north of $11 billion.
My goodness.
Yeah, so there's a lot of shopping going online right now, which is why we need to make sure we up our A game in being more safe and secure, because cyber criminals and fraudsters, they never take a holiday.
So what are some of the most popular scams when you're shopping online?
Yeah, so some of the scams that everybody needs to be on high alert for: fake domain names. So for example, they may stand up a fake company, have somebody write fake reviews for them, so you do your research, you think they're a legit company, and they're not. Sometimes they'll stand up something that sort of sounds like a store that you shop at regularly, but then they might add, and it's a discount store. So those types of things, they'll redirect you to the wrong site, and really it's to either defraud you or to take your personal information.
Okay. Craig, you've got red flags?
Yeah, let's talk about some warnings.
At least the credit monitoring services. Should you have to pay for that or not?
You don't have to pay. You can if you want to. One thing you can do, because there's more than one credit bureau, you get one free credit report every year. So rotate the quarters. So ask for one quarter, ask for one another quarter, and
That's
then you
a
have a
good
whole year
idea.
free.
And some banks, by the way, some banks offer free
For credit monitoring
as well.
All
So
right,
maybe
Teresa,
check-
thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thanks
Teresa.
for having me.
Okay,
Thank
good
you.
luck. Coming up next, she is a...
We are back now with a preschool teacher who has turned into a YouTube star. Our Gotti Schwartz met the singing, dancing mom who is really winning over kids and parents alike. Right, Gotti?
That's right. To so many down for that precious face-to-face talking to your little ones as much as you possibly can. She is a saint. She's
It's so
such
funny
an
because
incredible
when
human
you're
being.
in the loop and your daughter's in that loop, you realize how huge she is. And for those of us who are out of that range, it's like, oh, move up. You know, remember it was Barney or.
I kind of haven't introduced them to YouTube yet because I'm like, I don't know what they're clicking on, but then you see something like this, and it's like, all right.
It's so funny. So much of this started. Remember, Craig, when I was like, we don't let Kira watch any TV. We only let her watch
There's
the
no
washing
screen
machine.
time.
And you're like, yeah, just wait, buddy.
Just wait.
A little bit after that, I started doing research, and I was trying to find something. There's no substitute for a parent, obviously.
Right, but this is healthy.
This works.
But I did a lot of research, and everybody was talking about Miss Rachel. Next thing you know, we're obsessed. I dressed like her husband. Kira and Kimmy both dressed like her for Halloween.
That's awesome.
That's how
we
big
are a
she
Miss
is.
Rachel household, yeah.
Gotti.
Well done,
Thank you, Gotti.
Thank you.
Gotti Schwartz, I love the story, and I also love the father. father that you've become, my man. Well
He's a
done.
good dad.
Well
Very
done.
good dad. Thank you,
Enjoy
Daddy.
the weekend.
All right, coming up, we can't wait to catch up with our pal Ellie Kim. Call their bluff.
They
They
are
were
like,
all really
oh,
good at
they'll
it.
practice a little bit once they knew.
Yes, correct.
You know, everybody loves watching this show. I don't know what it is about it, but not only do you watch and you're rooting for certain people, but you want to actually make what they're making. Are you a baker?
Oh my gosh, Dylan. No, I'm not. I'm not at all.
Does this give you the itch at all?
It did, because
It is time now for today's holiday handbook. Makeup tricks for every situation this holiday season to get you from day to dinner to the disco, if you're into that sort of thing. Here to help is makeup mogul Charlotte Tilbury. She's worked with some huge celebs, and she's the founder of her own makeup line, Charlotte Tilbury Beauty, which I'm a huge fan of. Charlotte,
Thank you,
good morning.
darling. Well, I am here to show you some quick and easy tricks.
And we're starting with the daytime.
Daytime. Okay, so, darlings, this is how I literally could help women. Wing mirror makeup. You can do your makeup in under 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so you literally take these 3 products.
So we have makeup on half of Jenny's face.
Okay,
here.
yeah, let's talk about that. So half of Jenny's face has the makeup on, which is like a day look, and it's like scribble, smudged, go, just do it. Nice and easy.
So show us
and then
how-
half without. So there's without, and this is wing mirror makeup under 5 minutes. Okay, so this, look at this. Scribble this on the eye.
Oh, wow.
Like
That's a
that.
great color, too.
It's a great color. Suits everybody. Quick and easy. Look up for me, darling. Super chic.
Underneath.
Go underneath.
Should everybody go underneath? I always wear the
Yes, with this colour, it's great on the top because it gives you kind of great definition for the eyes. This is colour and cheek harmony. Look at that. The same colour on there.
that lipstick also?
And that's
Oh, my
lipstick.
goodness. Okay.
Oh, that's a win.
Okay.
That's easy.
Right, done. Wing mirror makeup, 2 minutes. And this gives you a gorgeous little glow.
That's it.
And that's really important. Turn
And
that
it
way
adds
for me,
that
darling.
lift.
And
Done,
it
done,
adds
and
that
done.
lift.
In 5 minutes.
Wow. that was
I
so
mean,
easy.
literally, it can be like a couple of minutes.
All right, come this
love
way.
it.
I don't want to
So
run
no
out of time.
one's good. Okay, darling.
All right, so you finished work.